Let's play Guess the Song by the not so good wannabe piano player. I can't read music. Okay, let's start over. Guess the song. Okay, start over. So this is how you learn to play by ear. I know it's probably so frustrating to hear because it's so frustrating to play. I know I'm terrible at it. But you just practice and practice. And believe it or not, like before my brain injury, I knew all these songs and way more. And then, so right when my brain injury happened, like I wasn't supposed to ever walk or talk or anything again. And I went, after the hospital for 3 months, I went across the street to Vanderbilt. It's called Stallworth. And it's like an in living, like, rehab facility. And they were like, yeah, you'll never walk, you'll never talk properly again. I said, bet. Like, I went through these crazy things. Like, in the therapy room, there was, I don't know if you guys, if I'm aging myself, remember the Johnny Jumpers? And then afterwards they came out with Jenny Jumpers. We put them on a door frame and they're for babies. And they jump and jump and jump in them. Well, in the rehab place to learn how to walk. Oops, I'll just turn that off. To learn how to walk, it kind of looked like one of those in extra large adult size. And there was this like track along the ceiling, and it held an adult Johnny Jumper, and it would put you in it. It was like a diaper, and it just held you up. And so then my legs could practice and practice because they just weren't working. And there was this big track all the way around the physical therapy room, and I just did it and did it and did it and did it. And all these other people that were in there, it was a special brain injury floor, and they were like complaining because every day you'd get a schedule, and you would have a list of like breakfast, then this therapy, and then a few hours later that therapy. Well, they would all be complaining because they would put like 2 or 3 therapies on their list. I was complaining because I'm sitting in there and I'm like, no, I need therapy upon therapy on therapy. Like, why do I only have one therapy in the morning, 6 hours later I get another therapy? So I made my own therapy. Like, also I couldn't write in the beginning. Like, I wrote like a kindergartner. I had no, basically, I'm probably making no sense, but my brain injury is, it's called on the pons, P-O-N-S, of your brain. And it's kind of like if you took a car and opened the hood and just poured acid all over it. Like the pons of your brain is the center of your brain. and that's where all your functions like derive from. Like your brain sends the signals for like to walk, to talk, to write, to think. That part is what's damaged. Whole nother story is how it was damaged, which was hospital neglect, burning a hole by overcorrecting my sodium. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah. So, I think I was saying I used to be a good piano player. Oh, wait, I do remember, sort of. So at the very beginning, yeah, they said you won't talk, you won't walk. Like, I had a feeding tube for 8 years, which I just got out in September. So grateful. But because, like, even my little flappy thing in my throat was broken. So if I were to drink or eat, it would go in my lungs and I would aspirate. That's the only reason for a feeding tube. It was no big deal. But they just said I would never learn all that again. And I remember, I'll never forget, I was already so sad. I just wanted to go home. My little girl was only like 7 years old, and I just missed my family. This was way before Calvin was even born. And I didn't realize I had lost my piano playing skills because I played the piano by ear, gosh, since I was really little. I've never had lessons, and it's just, music is everything to me. But I went into the cafeteria where there's this piano, and I went to try to play from my wheelchair, and my hands, literally, I didn't even know, let's say Mary had a little lamb, and I just sat there and cried and cried and cried. Boo-hoo, felt sorry for myself. However, now I realize, and actually, I taught, because I had cognitive therapy, speech therapy, physical therapy, all this. I taught my cognitive therapists there at Vanderbilt. I taught them, I told them, you know, I was a piano player and I was devastated because I couldn't remember anything. And so I showed them, like, you know, on your cell phones, you can download little games. Well, I had used to have this piano one. And I was like, I'd really love to play that because right at first, I couldn't even hold my limbs up. And I'd be on all fours like a little baby. And, you know, those little wooden child puzzles with stars, hearts, like different shapes. Well, it was like glued to the wall. Like here, like this cute boy. It was glued to the wall. And I had to be on all fours because I could barely stand up. And then I would have to take the puzzle piece, the star, and try to get it in there. And it was so hard and difficult. But then once I got it, it almost got boring. And so I introduced to them the piano games, which they now implement in their therapy because it's very cognitively healthy, like because you're just trying to rewire your brain, right? And I don't remember the point of that story either. Basically, I'm just gonna be quiet. I just wanted to show you, you know, a piano song, and that went into a tangent, but I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself. And here's your favorite person. It's 8:30, so him's really tired, and said, Mom, Willie needs to go to bed because I'm so tired. Sorry. We had a very scary day at the dog park with a big bully. We do not support bullies, do we, Calvin? No bullies allowed. See that bruise right here? There's also one on the side of my noggin and the bottom of both of my feet. And I would say my tibia and my fibia and my ulna. Because Calvin, when we were going to go on a walk the other day, I had one of those darn retractable leashes, and I will not recommend them to anybody ever again, and never use them again. I don't know what on earth got into him, but so my porch is about 3 feet tall. Sorry, I'm talking like this. I also have a cold, but it's about 3 feet tall, and it's concrete steps down, 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 out front. And there's no railing. Well, I walked on the porch to take little Mr. Boo Boo on the walk, and he went running out. And so I don't know if any of you guys have seen the meme where the little old lady is very old, but she's walking like this huge Great Dane, and all of a sudden it pulled her and she was flying sideways. Well, that was me. I also hit my head on the post very hard. It said ding. And I do not know, by the grace of God, how this happened, but I literally went from about a little over 3 feet top of my porch, and the way he flew me across, I landed past the mulch, past my garden, onto the sidewalk, boom, on both feet, just like this. And I don't know how my ulna radius humerus didn't go and collapse. But I'm left with bruises on the bottom of my feet, and it really hurts. But I don't think Calvin feels bad. I love you guys. Sorry that I'm so weird.